Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and before I do begin, as you guys can notice, I am not wearing my beanie for this video. Do you guys miss my hair? I'm sure you do. Anyway, today will be a Dream Theater CD collection video. So, yeah, I'll show you my stack of Dream Theater CDs. This is all of them right here. Now, keep in mind, I do not own every album by Dream Theater yet, but that is something I'll probably get around to be doing sometime in the future. But I thought it would be cool to do a CD collection video for this band since they have a new album coming out later this month, which is entitled Distance Over Time, which is an album I'm definitely looking forward to. And yeah, I don't have all of Dream Theater's albums, but this is all I do have for now. And also, I am somewhat of a newer fan of Dream Theater. I did get into them last year in 2018, but I did check them out back in 2016, and I remember I wasn't too crazy about them at that time, as surprising as that is. But you know, at that time, you know, Dream Theater wasn't really too intense or, you know, heavy for me. You know, it just really didn't meet up to my standards at that time. You know, given that, you know, Dream Theater is a progressive metal band and prog metal is something that I do dig these days, and it's growing up to be one of my favorite subgenres of metal. Um, so yeah, Dream Theater is definitely a band that's been around for a long time, and I would definitely recommend you check these guys out, even if you know you're not into metal. You know, maybe you have a stereotype that like all metal is just like, you know, a ton of screaming, guitar chugging, and just intenseness all the time. You know, 24/7. You definitely think differently once you listen to Dream Theater. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, this is the first CD I have from them, Images and Words. Great album and one of their most successful albums. I can't really complain about it. This is one of their earlier works from the 90s. Really good album. Then we got my favorite Dream Theater album, Awake. And the reason I do say that this is my favorite, I guess a part of it does have to do with this being my first Dream Theater album. But there's just so many great songs on this album that I enjoy. I love just about every song on here. Great album and a great first Dream Theater record. Next we got Falling Into Infinity, which this album is a little hit or miss for me. Some days I enjoy it, some days I don't enjoy it at all. But I think as it stands, it's still a good album for what it is. It's not one of their best, but it is pretty good. Next we got Metropolis 2, Scenes from a Memory. Definitely a good album. This album can lack some replay value, but I think it's still a great album for what it is, and it's definitely a must-have for any fan of Dream Theater. Good album. Next up, we got 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, which is a double album, and maybe my second favorite Dream Theater album. And I say that because this is one of the albums from them that I actually do return to a lot. It's really hard for me to tell like which disc is better since this is a double release. I think both discs really have their gems. Really fantastic album. Great album from Dream Theater. And then we got Train of Thought, which is one of their heaviest album, if not probably their heaviest album. And if you are someone who is looking for the more aggressive, more heavier side of Dream Theater, definitely check out this album. It's definitely a really good album. And then we got Octavarium, another really good album, and maybe my third favorite Dream Theater album. So it's really hard to say. But yeah, now you guys know my top 3 favorite Dream Theater albums, at least for right now. Definitely a good album, though. I definitely enjoy this one. I think every song on here has something special about them. So, yeah, really good album right here. And then we got Systematic Chaos, which out of all the Dream Theater CDs that I have, this is probably my least favorite. But that's not saying much because I do think it is a pretty good album. It just lacks replay value, and a couple of the songs I feel drag on just for way too long. But this album definitely has some pretty good songs from it. I would say that this is just a decent album, you know. If not, then it's a pretty good album. But it's not one of their best, but it is pretty good for what it is. So that's it for my Dream Theater collection, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'll definitely be picking up more Dream Theater in the near future, but this is all I got for my collection for now. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that new record they have coming out. So let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and take care.